All right, today what we're going to do is I'm going to continue reading our new story, which is Junie B. Jones and Her Big Fat Mouth. It's the third book in this series. I'm on chapter 2, which is called The Cop and Dr. Smiley. So if you remember from chapter 1, that in her class they are talking about careers, which that is a job you might want to do when you get big, and she's having trouble because she doesn't know what she wants to do for a job. So she's not making some great choices about things that she's doing, so she's gotten in trouble. So the chapter is when Dr. Smiley, I'm sorry, the cop and Dr. Smiley. When we came in from recess, Mrs. was clapping her loud hands together again. Boys and girls, please take your seats quickly. I've got a wonderful surprise for you. Then I got very excited inside my stomach because surprises are my most favorite things in the whole world. Is it jelly donuts? I shouted. Mrs. put her fingers to her lips. That means be quiet. Yeah, only guess what? Jelly donuts are my most favorite kind of donuts. Except I also like the creamy kind and the chocolate kind and the kind with rainbow sprinkles on the top. After that, my mouth got very watery, and soon drool fell on the table. I wiped it up with my sweater sleeve. Just then, there was a knock on the door. Mrs. hurried to open it. Hey, it's a cop! I hollered, very excited. The cop came into room 9. He had on a blue shirt with a shiny badge, and shiny black boots, and a shiny white whoops, motorcycle helmet. Mrs. smiled. Boys and girls, I would like you to meet my friend, Officer Mike. Officer Mike is a policeman. Who can tell me what policemen do? I can, I called out. They arrest people. Because one time some cops arrested a guy on my street, and so that means they made him take a nap, I think. Just then, that Jim I hate laughed very loud. They didn't arrest him, stupid, he hollered. They arrested him. That means they took him to jail. And so your neighbor's a dirty, rotten jailbird. Then the other kids laughed too, and so I hided my head. Yeah, only I hardly even know the guy, I said just to myself. After that, Officer Mike took off his shiny white helmet and he told us some other stuff that cops do, like give our dads speeding tickets and arrest drunk guys. Also, he let us play with his handcuffs and his shiny white helmet, except for the helmet was very too big for my head and it covered my whole entire eyes. Hey, who turned out the lights? I said. You can tell when she's speaking loudly because all the words are in capital letters. So that's why sometimes I read it regular and sometimes I read it loud like that. Because that was a funny joke, of course. Then another knock came at the door. This time it was a lady in a long white jacket. She was carrying a great big toothbrush. Boys and girls, this is Dr. Smiley, said Mrs. Dr. Smiley, or said Mrs. Dr. Smiley is a children's dentist. Dr. Smiley hung up some posters of teeth. Then she talked all about Mr. Tooth Decay, and she said to brush our teeth at night and also in the morning. Yeah, 'cause if you don't brush in the morning, your breath smells like stink, I said. After that, I showed Dr. Smiley my wiggly tooth. Losing baby teeth is exciting, isn't it? She asked. Yes, I said, except for I don't like the part where you cry and spit blood. Dr. Smiley made a sick face. Then she passed out minty green dental floss, and all the kids in room 9 practiced flossing. Flossing is when you pull strings through your mouth. Only pretty soon an accident happened. That's because a boy named William winded his floss too tight and his teeth and head got all tangled in a tangled knot ball, and Dr. Smiley couldn't undo him. Then Mrs. had to call janitor Speedy Quick, and so he run to room 9 and he shined his giant flashlight in William's mouth. And then Dr. Smiley got the dangerous floss right out of there. Room 9 clapped and clapped. Dr. Smiley did a bow. Then Mrs. said that maybe some of us might like to dress up like dentists or officers, police officers on job day. Yeah, only what if you don't like drunk guys or bloody teeth? I asked. Mrs. rolled her eyes way up at the ceiling. Then she walked Officer Mike and Dr. Smiley out into the hall. That's when room 9 started buzzing very loud. Buzzing is what you do when your teacher leaves the room. I'm going to dress up like an actress on job day, said a girl named Emily. I'm going to dress up like a princess, said my bestest friend Lucille, that I hate. Again, she doesn't make great choices, does she? I did a giggle. I'm going to dress up like a bullfighter, I said. Then I ran speedy fast around the room and I butted that mean Jim in the stomach with my head. And guess what? I didn't even get caught. That's what. Again, is that a nice thing to do to people? No, she's not being nice. All right, our next chapter is Me and My Big Fat Mouth. We'll find out what happens next.